Good morning, students. Welcome to the arena of biology video lecture, which is the last video lecture of chapter 3.1 in term 1, week 6, lesson 2. And the lesson topic is micronutrients. And the page range in your textbook is from 61 up to 66. Before starting today's lesson, micronutrients, let's revise one of a macronutrient that have been discussed in previous lesson, lipid. Generally, in previous section, we have learned more about nature, function, type, structure, and formations of lipids. Lipids are often called fats and oils, and they are effective energy stored in the body. They contain twice as much energy as carbohydrate. That's why your body converts spare food into fat. Lipids, unlike carbohydrates, they are made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, but they contain a less amount of oxygen than in carbohydrates. Combined with other molecules, lipids also act as hormones, serves as a structural component of cell membrane and the nervous system, and also help in thermoregulation. All lipids are insoluble in water, but they dissolve in organic solvents like alcohol. They are the product of reactions of two organic chemicals known as glycerol and fatty acid by condensation reaction. Glycerol is a polyhydroxyl alcohol, C3H8O3, and fatty acids have a long hydrocarbon chain. There are two main ways in which fatty acids vary or they differ based on the length of chain or carbon chain and the presence of double bond or absence of double bond. Most of the time, the chemical formula of fatty acids which are saturated, monounsaturated, and the polyunsaturated fatty acids are different. For example, saturated fatty acids, the chemical formula is CnH2nO2. N is the number of carbon without double bond, or the number of carbon atom with the presence of single bond. Monounsaturated fatty acid is a type of saturated fatty acid, a type of unsaturated fatty acid that contain one double bond and named as mono, and its chemical formula is CnH2 in the whole n minus 1, bracket is closed, O2. N is the number of carbon atom with one double bond. The third one is polyunsaturated fatty acid. Polyunsaturated fatty acid is a type of unsaturated fatty acid that can contain more than two double bonds, and its chemical formula is CnH2 in the whole in the bracket n minus x, bracket closed, O2, whereas N is the number of carbon atom with greater than two double bond, or two or equal to double bond, and X is the number of double bond. So these are the chemical formula how saturated and unsaturated fatty acids can be categorized into two. If each carbon atom is joined by a single covalent bond with the next carbon, it is saturated and they are common in plant. However, if there is one or more double bond between the carbon atoms, it is unsaturated. It is unsaturated, which is common in animals. And the high level of lipid intake, especially the unsaturated one, leads to the risk of cholesterol in your blood. Cholesterol is made in our liver and carried around the body via blood. It is needed to make cell membrane and hormones or sex hormones and adrenaline. However, high level of cholesterol may result in heart disease, blood pressure, and a stroke. So the vegetable oils like quinoa, avena, nug, sunflower, omar. Those are unsaturated fatty acids. These are all the lessons of lipids what have been discussed in previous section. When it comes to the corrections of the homework of the previous lesson, question number 1, what is margarine and is that better than butter and why? Margarine is made from vegetable oils, so it contains unsaturated good fats, polyunsaturated and monounsaturated fats. Butter contains a lot of artery clogging saturated fat, and margarine contains an unhealthy combinations of saturated and trans fats. So the healthiest choice is to skip both of them and use liquid oils such as olive, canola, and safflower oil instead. Question number 2. What is the difference between saturated and unsaturated fatty acid? Saturated fatty acids lack double bonds between the individual carbon atoms, while in unsaturated fatty acids, there is at least one double bond in the fatty acid chain. And also saturated fats tend to be solid at room temperature and from animal source, while unsaturated fats are usually liquid and from plant sources. Question number 3. Draw the open chain structures of glycerol. The open chain structures of glycerol is with C3, H8O3, carbon 1, carbon 2, and carbon 3, with 3 oxygen 1, 2, 3, and 8 hydrogen 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. So this is the bond is obeying the octet rule. So this is glycerol, which is trihydroxyl alcohol or polyhydroxyl alcohol. Question number 4. What is the merit or advantage of drinking fish oil during childhood? The advantage is it prevents heart disease, it activates metabolism, it lowers obesity, it reduces mental disorder. Fish oil drink at infants or child stages, it improves bone health for proper formations of teeth, it treats AIDS, it boosts or maintains the immune system, it reduces postnatal depression, it also reduces the chance of prostate cancer, and also it prevents the onset of Alzheimer's disease. So these are the health benefits of fish oil, which is taken at child state or childhood. And finally, what is rancidity of fat and how can we prevent? Rancidity is a term generally used to denote a condition of unpleasant odors and flavors in foods resulting from deterioration in the fat or oil portions of a food. So as preventions of rancidity, we have different ways they can be prevented. So this is one of the answers of the homework part. Let's continue today's and the last portions of video lecture of the first term. 3.1 Food and Nutrition. And this topic, again in today's lesson, we are going to mainly discuss about micronutrients, mineral, vitamin, and fiber. And also water is included in this part. The learning objectives. After completing this section, you should be able to define the term micronutrients and explain some of the main sources of mineral, vitamin, fiber, and water. When it comes to the first part of the lesson, micronutrient mineral, they are micronutrients because they are needed in a minute or a small amount, but lack of them can lead to a variety of unpleasant conditions. Examples of mineral salts: calcium. Calcium is needed to make our bone and the teeth strong and hard. Without calcium, children develop rickets when the bones stay soft and they cannot support the body weight. so the legs becomes bulge or bracket. Milk and other dairy products such as yogurt, cheese are a very good source of calcium. However, calcium alone is not enough to protect ourselves from rickets of deficiency disease. We also need vitamin D. The next mineral is iron. Iron is a vital to make the hemoglobin, which is found in our red blood cell that carries oxygen around the body. If we lack iron, we will suffer from anemia. Foods such as red meat, liver, red beef, eggs are rich in iron. Without iron, we do not have enough hemoglobin in our red blood cells. In fact, we can lack red blood cells, and so we do not get enough oxygen in the tissues of our body. This makes us look pale or lack of red blood cell, feel tired, lethargic, or lack of oxygen. Our mineral needs changes throughout our life. Growing children needs plenty of calcium for their bone to grow, whereas girls and women who have menstrual periods need more iron than others to replace the blood lost each month in their period. The third mineral is sodium, which is found in our foods and in the salt we often add to food. Without it, our nervous system cannot work and the chemistry of all our cells would be in chaos. But too much salt in our diet can lead to hypertension or high blood pressure. This can damage our heart, kidney, and increase our risk of stroke. Finally, this is section of table 3.2, which is cropped from your textbook. Several of the main minerals needed in the diet and the deficiency disease associated with them. Let's say mineral calcium, which is approximate mass in an adult body is 1000. Its main role is making bones and the teeth. Its source is dairy product, fish, bread, vegetables, and it is lack of deficiency disease leads to rickets. Phosphorus, it is adult body must take in a gram 650. Its function is making teeth and the bones as a part of many chemicals, example deoxyribonucleic acid or DNA. Its source is most food, and it is lack is leads to improper formations of teeth and the bones, failure of metabolism. Sodium is approximate an adult body in gram 100, and it is role is in body fluids, for example bleed. It is source is common salt, most food. It is lack is leads to muscular cramps or muscle fatigue. Chlorine again also 100 gram, because sodium and chlorine are the same. In unite they make salt, sodium chloride. And in body fluids and blood it is location role, common salt, most food. The same is true like that of sodium. Muscular cramps is deficiency. And the magnesium for adult body in gram 3 or 30. Its function is making bones and found inside the cell. We get from green vegetables, and it is lack of magnesium leads to skeletal problems, cell chemistry affected, defects in metabolism. And finally iron, adult person intake in gram 3, and its location part is red blood cell of hemoglobin, which helps to carry oxygen. And its source is red meat, liver, egg, green leafy vegetables, spinach, and its lack is leads to anemia. And the fifth one is type of micronutrients. One of balanced diet is vitamin. They are micronutrients. They are usually complex organic substances that are nevertheless capable of being absorbed directly into our blood stream from our gut. If any particular vitamin is lacking from our diet, in the long term, it will result in deficiency disease. Different foods are rich in different vitamins, and it is important to take in a range of all important vitamin-rich foods in our diet. So mainly vitamins are very acts as raw material for the synthesis of coenzymes. Coenzymes are a part of enzymes. Examples of vitamins: vitamin A is retinol, It's needed to make the light sensitive chemicals in the retina of our eyes. It is found in foods like fish, liver oil, butter, and the carrot. If it is lacked in our diet, our eyesight is affected and it becomes almost impossible to see in low light levels. This is known as night blindness. Vitamin B1, thiamine, is needed for the reactions of cellular respiration to take place. It is found in yeast extracts and the cereals. If it is lacked in our diet, our muscles will waste away and they become paralyzed. This is called beriberi, and the condition can be fatal. The third type of vitamin is vitamin C. It is needed for the formation of the connective tissue which is hold our body together. It is found in fruits, particularly citrus fruit and green vegetables. If it is lacked in our diet, scurvy will be a result. And the vitamin D calciferol is needed for our bones to take up the calcium they need to grow strong. It is found in fish liver oil and it also made in our skin and the sunlight. If children do not have enough vitamin D in their diet or do not get enough sunlight, they will get rickets even if they have plenty of calcium. So vitamins are soluble in water. This includes vitamin B1 and C. Others are fat soluble. This includes vitamin A and vitamin D, including E. And the next micronutrient is water. Water is a one part of balanced diet. It is other constituents of a balanced diet. It is crucial in our body for a numerous of reasons, including it's a vital solvent since all of the chemical reactions which takes place in our body take place in a solution in water. It is involved in transport of substance around the body. Substances like food, hormones, waste products, and many other substances are all carried around the body in solution in water as a part of our blood. It is involved in temperature regulation as we lose heat from our body through sweating. It is involved in the removal of waste material from our body in the urine and in our sweat. It is a reactant in many important reactions in the body. For example, many food molecules are broken down in hydrolysis reaction where water is added. It is needed for the osmotic stability of the body. The concentration of the chemicals in our cells and the tissue fluid surrounding them must be kept stable. If not, it is dangerous and can cause disease. Can cause death. Dear students, let's saw the videos which is related with water.
What happens when you drink water on an empty stomach? Most of us already know, and agree, that there are numerous health benefits of drinking water on an empty stomach in the early morning. Water is essential for life and its benefits are undeniably healthy. All organs need water to function properly and in good health generally. For convenience and, we will have to take advantage of this important, healthy and effective element that nature offers us, that we have it in our reach. Benefits of drinking water on an empty stomach. The health benefits of drinking water in the morning are amazing. Water has magical properties when it comes to your health. Clears your bowels. First, when you drink so much water you feel the need to pass stools. This means that your bowel movement gets regularized. When you pass stools every day, your body is cleared of waste. Releases of toxins from the body. When you go to the bathroom you are expelling toxins from your body. Water helps you go to the bathroom, so when you drink water you are detoxing your body. The more water you drink, the cleaner your body will be. It also helps reduce swelling. Makes you hungry. Drinking water and cleansing your bowels gets rid of your sleepiness. It also makes you hungry early in the morning so you can have your breakfast. Produces more blood cells. Drinking water on an empty stomach stimulates red blood cells to grow faster. This, in turn, results in more oxygenated blood that makes you feel more energetic. Prevents headache. Most of the time, we experience headaches due to dehydration. Drinking water in the morning ensures that your body is hydrated. Speeds up metabolism. Drinking hot water can increase your metabolic rate by at least 24%. This means you digest and assimilate your food faster and end up losing some weight. Weight loss. Drinking water on an empty stomach helps eliminate toxins and reduce swelling. It also boosts your metabolism to burn calories faster. It is one of the best strategies you can use when you are on a diet. Gives you glowing skin. Most acne problems occur when your bowel movements are not clear. Once you have regular bowel movements, your body is detoxified, leading to fewer outbreaks and acne. Increases energy. If you feel sluggish, you should drink a tall glass of water. Drinking water on an empty stomach stimulates red blood cells to grow faster. More red blood cells produce more oxygen in the blood. This means that you will have more energy. Improve your immune system. Water is very important for the balance of fluids in your body. Your immunity to infections increases when you drink water on an empty stomach every day.
Students, I hope you are satisfied with the video of about the health benefits of water. This is the sixth part of micronutrients of balanced diet water. Now let's come to the seventh and the last part of micronutrients of balanced diet, roughage or fever. This cannot be broken down by the human gut, yet it is an essential part of our diet because it provides a bulk for the intestinal muscles to work on. It also absorbs a lot of water. In a diet which is low in roughage, peristalsis are sluggish and the food moves in the gut relatively slowly. This can result in constipation. This is the benefits of balanced diet. Nutrition is obtaining food in order to carry out life process. Nutrition in plants involves manufacturing their own food in the process of photosynthesis. In animals, including ourselves, nutrition involves taking in food based on other living organisms to supply the energy and the nutrients needed to maintain the cells, tissues, and the organs of your body in a healthy state. Balanced diet also supports the healthy growth and development of your body when it is needed to prevent overweight or being obese. It is good by giving energy for developing a baby for a pregnant woman. Those are the benefits of balanced diet. Did you know BMI, students? BMI means body mass index. Most of us look about the right size, but there will always be extremes. Some people are very overweight and others appear unnaturally thin. Scientists and doctors or biologists don't just measure what you weigh. They look at your body mass index or BMI. This compares your weight to your height in a simple formula. Body mass index or BMI equals to weight over your height square. Most people have BMI in a range 20 up to 30, but if you have a BMI of below 18.5 or above 35, then you may have some real health problems. Students, now we come to the last part of the lesson of classwork. So I have three questions. Question number 1 says, what are micronutrients? Question number 2, what is the role of mineral iron? Question number 3, blank is a mineral needed to make our bone and teeth strong and hard. When it comes to the correction part of the classwork, question number 1 says, what are micronutrients? Micronutrients are food nutrients that are needed in a small amount, but lack of them can lead to a variety of unpleasant conditions. Question number 2, what is the role of mineral iron? Iron is vital to make the hemoglobin, which is found in our red blood cell that carries oxygen around the body. And question number 3 says, blank is a mineral needed to make our bone and teeth strong and hard, which is calcium. Our bone and the teeth become tough and strong is due to the mineral calcium. And when it stabilize or summarize the lesson, generally in today's lesson we discussed mainly about micronutrients and their classification, especially mineral, vitamin, fiber, and the role of water. When it comes to minerals are important for the proper growth and development of the body and prevent deficiency disease. They are referred to as essential elements or minerals. These elements are mineral salts. They are needed in small amounts. The second one is vitamins. Vitamins are complex organic compounds which prevent deficiency disease and promote normal growth and functions of the body. They are needed in small amounts. And later we discussed about fiber. And fiber or roughage is, or in another word, cellulose is not part of a balanced diet. Roughage do not cause obesity even if they are eaten in large amounts. So those fiber or food ballast or roughage foods cannot be digested by human enzymes. It is essential for intestinal muscles to work or for peristaltic movement. It mainly absorbs water. So lack of roughage can cause constipation. And lastly, we discussed about the role of water. Water is a vital constituent of balanced diet. Lack of water is a water from 2 up to 4 days can cause death. So mainly water moistens and softens foods in the mouth, because water as an inorganic substance that is mainly essential for life. And also 2/3 of the human body is water. Human beings may live for a number of days without food, but not without water. So water is an important solvent for other nutrients. The fluid part of the blood is 90% of water. It is a component of mucus and aids lubrication of food in the gut. It maintains a body fluids in cells, tissue fluid, and blood. And water is a medium for chemical reactions that acts as a substrate in all hydrolysis reaction and digestion. And the water is one of the most essential components of protoplasm and body fluid. It is a reactant in reactions such as hydrolysis. So water aids absorption of water-soluble vitamins. Finally, defecations require water for proper bowel action. It is involved in a temperature regulation and removal of wastes from the body in a urine and a sweat. This is all about the summary of the lesson. In the final, there is a homework question. There are 3 questions for you, the lesson of the homework. Question number 1, what is hemoglobin? Question number 2 is at least 3 units of water. And the question number 3 is what mean by BMI? The first question is, what is hemoglobin? Hemoglobin is a pigment that's found in our red blood cell. that carries oxygen around the body due to intake of iron. Question number 2. List at least 3 benefits of water. Some of the benefits of water includes water transport of substance around the body like hormones. Water removes waste from the body. Water regulates body temperature. What mean by BMI? Body mass index is a formula that compares weight and height to indicate healthy body of individual by directing proper meal intake. Students, this is all about today's lesson and all about term 1 biology video lecture. Thank you for your careful consideration, attentive listening. Until we start the second term of the first week of lesson 1, goodbye.